Hello everyone, welcome to the Rimi's channel. Today we will discuss about sclera. Let's start with sclera's definition. It is a dense, fibrous, collagenous structure which comprises the posterior fifth of eye. It is a dense, collagenous structure of the eyeball that forms white of the eye. This all is sclera, starting from here and then it moves on. Eye is divided into 6 parts. This anterior 1/6 part is formed by the cornea and the posterior 5/6 part of the eye is formed by the sclera. Sclera is divided into 3 layers, moving from outer towards inner. First one comes the episclera, which is a vascular connective tissue layer. Second comes the scleral stroma. It is mainly of collagen, but here bundles of collagens are present. In lamina fusca, which is the innermost layer of the sclera, it contains fine collagen fibers. Blood supply of the sclera is provided by episcleral and choroidal arteries, and nerve supply is provided by short and long ciliary nerves. Function of the sclera is to provide protection, rigidity, and it gives shape to the eye. Next, we will discuss about the problems associated with sclera. Two diseases are associated with sclera. One is episcleritis and other is scleritis. First, we will discuss about scleritis. Scleritis means inflammation of the sclera. This is the sclera, and in scleritis, it is inflamed. Inflammation may occur due to some infection of the virus or bacteria. Bacterial infection may include syphilis or tuberculosis, or viral infection may include herpes zoster. Inflammation may also be associated with some other systemic diseases like systemic lupus erythematosus, rheumatoid arthritis, sarcoidosis, or syphilis. Scleritis is immune-mediated disease that affects vessels and causes inflammation and destroys the sclera. If we look at the diagram of the eye, this portion is cornea and this portion is sclera. The line drawn here is limbus and the line drawn here is equator of the eyeball. So the area between the limbus and equator of the eye represents the anterior scleritis, and the area from the equator up to here represents the posterior scleritis. So this anterior scleritis is further divided into non-necrotizing and necrotizing problems. Non-necrotizing anterior scleritis may be divided into diffuse type or nodular type. In diffuse type, there may be mild pain, redness, distortion of normal radial pattern occurs. Nodular scleritis is characterized by localized area of inflammation where a distinct nodule can be seen. There may be moderate pain in nodular scleritis, and there may be visible red nodule that cannot be moved over the underlying tissue. While the necrotizing anterior scleritis is divided into two types that may be associated with inflammation or may not be associated with inflammation. In necrotizing type with inflammation, there may be gradual onset, initially mild pain, but gradually becomes severe and persistent. Necrotizing type with inflammation has poor prognosis. Deep vascular plexus is congested. Conjunctival ulceration may occur over the scleral necrosis. And in necrotizing type without inflammation, there may be mild pain. There is yellow necrotic scleral patch in an uninflamed sclera. Next is the posterior scleritis. It is the inflammatory disease of sclera posterior to the equator. This is equator, and the area beyond the equator is the posterior scleritis. Pain and visual impairment are the most common symptoms. Lid may be edematous, proptosis, that means protrusion of the eyeball, may occur. Ophthalmoplegia, which means paralysis or weakness of the eye muscles, may occur. On fundus examination, disc swelling, choroidal and retinal detachment, macular edema, these all can be seen.